Hello, this is Diana from the Capacitor team, and today I want to record a video to show you how to set up the Capacitor Share Target plugin from the Insiders collection. This plugin is super useful if you want to share content from another app into your app. Let's imagine a classical use case. You are on Instagram and want to share some content. You click Share, and the modal from the mobile device opens all the options where the content can be shared. So your app will appear in that list. So you can share content from any place, any app, even the browser, into your app. This is very useful for use cases such as sharing codes from a messenger app, sharing any links, anything. So let's start. For this, I created a vanilla JavaScript project, very simple, framework agnostic, because this demo will be very simple regarding the code. It will be just an app, and we will pop up here the data received from the share target. Okay, the configuration, we will follow this documentation, which is the Capacitor official documentation. The configuration is a bit it has a lot of steps, so you need to be very careful, and I want to record this video so you don't miss any step and you can follow my video like with pausing, with step by step, and you see that it works. Here you see what I mean, so share with your app and the content will be shared here. Okay, so for the installation, this plugin is only available to the Capacitor Insiders, so you need to set up the registry. As it explains here, you need to put here your license key that you will get once that you sign up for this Insiders program. And then you will be ready to install the plugin. So let's install it in our project. So as we do always, after installing a plugin, we need to run the sync. And now let's go with the configuration. For Android, we need to add the intent filters to enable the app to receive the shared content from other apps. So depending on the type of content that you want to receive, you can enable everything. You can enable just images, text, videos, files. It's up to you. But you need to add these intent filters for each content type that you want to receive. For example, you can see here images, text plain, many images, multiple images. So let's add these intent filters inside our main activity in the Android manifest file. So here, it's important that you add them inside the main activity. And now, if your app uses ProGuard, you need to add this. This is not our case, so we will go on. Okay, so now for iOS, of course, there are more steps as always. So first we need to add this into our plist file, and I will show you. We'll put it at the bottom. Okay, so this is the same as we did for Android. To enable our app to be opened by the share extension, we need to set up this and replace the URL here with the name of our app. In our case, it will be the name that we have here in the Capacitor config JSON app name. Okay, save. Okay, next step. Now we need to go to Xcode to enable the app to receive share content from other apps. We need to create a share extension. I will show you how to do it, but first we need to open Xcode. So let's do npx cap open iOS. Now, as the documentation says, you need to go to File, New Target, select Share Extension from the list of templates, name your extension, App Share, and click Finish. So, File, New Target, Share Extension, and the name App Share. Finish. And here it says that if you see a prompt, choose Don't Activate. So don't activate, please. And now we need to go to our folder. We will see that there's a new App Share target added. And as explained here, There is one file called main interface storyboard that was added, but we don't need it, so we can safely remove this. Okay, cool. Let's go on. So now, let's see in the project which files were added. So now we have this app share inside of our iOS folder, and inside the app share there's also a configuration file which we need to update. So as mentioned in the documentation, you need to open this file and replace its content with the following. What is this content? This, as explained here, it's to match the types of content that you want to support. As we said before, it can be videos, files, images, text, and so on. And now we need to go to our share view controller in Swift, this R file here, and replace its content with the following code. Let's copy. You see, you have the step-by-step. I mean, you just need to follow the documentation or this video, copy, paste, and of course, be very careful and read the annotations so you understand what you are doing. Okay, so here, we'll do it now. We need to replace our URL scheme and our app identifier. Okay, so it's in the beginning of the file here. This is the app identifier, and this is the URL scheme. If you don't know what are yours, just go to your Capacitor config, and this is the app identifier, app ID, and this is the name, the URL scheme. Okay, save. Be careful to maintain the group it was before, but if you read it, I mean, this is explained here. Make sure to keep the group prefix. Okay, so now we need to do one more thing, which is go to our app delegate Swift file, and we need to add the code that will handle these target URLs. So we need to add this line in the, it is here, called when the app was launched with a URL. So here we will add this line, and we need to import this. There's I just know what we did until now allows us to receive only text. But if you also want to receive files, as mentioned before, we need to do another configuration step, which is enable the app groups capability, both for our app and for the share extension. Let's see how to do it. Here you have the steps, but we will open Xcode again. And we need to go to capabilities, and we need to create the capability here in the app, I mean in the app share and in the app targets, in both. Let's see documentation. So signing capabilities tab, click the plus, select app groups from the list. So let's do that, app groups. Now create a new app group using the format group and the app identifier. So new app group. We need to select this, and let's copy it from our code. So this. Okay. Repeat the same steps for your share extension target, ensuring that both targets use the same group identifier. This is very important. So we did it for the app. Now we need to do it for the app share. So groups, and here you can select it. It's this one. Yeah. Yep. The provisioning profile is updating. So everything looks good now. Awesome. So that was all for the iOS configuration. Now, of course, we will test both apps to see what is happening, and we need to see which code we need to add into our app in order to receive the information shared by other apps. There's also another section here for the web. If you want to use this plugin in the web, you need to set up the progressive web app and add a service worker that handles this. I will not get into this section in this video, but as we did before, please just read carefully and follow all the steps mentioned here. Okay, now the documentation follows with the APIs supported for this plugin. So it will be add a listener to receive the information shared from other applications, and remove all listeners. It's just these two. When we add this, I want to show you which is the information that we will receive from the apps. So this is here, received event. We will receive title, text, or files. I mean, all of these are optional, so you could only receive maybe a text or only receive a list of files, depending on what each app decides to share. So let's see the code now. Let's close this. Okay. Our app, as I mentioned, is a very basic vanilla JavaScript application with one page, the home page. And I already started with the code, but basically what we will do is to add the listener from our plugin, which we installed at the beginning of this video, the add listener for the share receive. So we will log this to see what is happening. And then I created a simple variable to handle this data, and we will print it here. Very basic, but it's just to show you the functionality of this plugin. Okay, so now we need to run the apps and test it. Okay, so let's do as always our npm run build. Now let's do npx cap sync, and now let's start with iOS, npx cap open iOS. Oh, it was already open, sorry. And let's do it on an emulator so we can see it here. So play. Okay, we have our app in the emulator right now. So let's try to share something. We can share, for example, this URL. Share, and you will see this is the app we are working right now. Then, of course, if we add a nice icon and a nice text, this will be better. And as you can see, we received this URL and the title of the website. Let's try another example. For example, sharing an image. And here we received the file, the data of the file. Then you can, of course, parse this and show the nice picture. So this was a very basic example of how you can share content from another app into your application. Then let's go to the code. In this part of the code right now, I'm only logging this and putting this information inside an HTML element. Because this is vanilla JavaScript, we need to do all this code, but if you use it with a framework, it will be much easier. But then, of course, it's up to you to do whatever you need, whatever you want with this information. All the information will be here. And then when you close your application, you need to remove all these listeners, as you would do with any other listener. That's all. So I hope this video was useful for you, and you can add the Share Target plugin into your application. I will publish this demo app, so you can use it if you want, or you can see in detail each file. But just let us know if you have any question, if you have any issues, any errors. We are here to help you. Thanks. Bye-bye.